No, man, I like my life. I'd actually like to make it home alive. Look, it's not my job to go fucking knocking down doors, alright? Those guys picked the wrong fucking job. I'm not doing that shit.
Have you ever wondered who is the best sniper in the history of the United States military? Well, the hero is none other than Chris Kyle. To date, he is the deadliest sniper in the United States military history. From for tour in the Iraq War, the following movie recap is the 2014 American biographical war movie called American Sniper. It tells the story of Chris Kyle, which is loosely based on a memo he wrote in 2012 to tell about his story and experiences in the Iraq War. So, how about we dig in now and get to know more about this hero? The opening scene shows the U.S. Navy SEAL sniper Chris Kyle perched on a rooftop. He is scoping out the part for a military convoy. Through a sniper rifle, he spots a man talking on a cell phone. However, he does not have any confirmation if the man is reporting about the troop movement, and so he can't shoot him. After the man disappears from the rooftop, a woman and young children appear in the doorway. The woman removes a grenade from her cloak and hands it to the boy. We are then taking some years back to when Chris Kyle was just a child. He is hunting with his father and successfully kills a deer. His father is proud of his son's skills and congratulates him on his excellent shot.
Son, you got a gift.
Over the next several scenes, we get to see more of Chris Kyle's childhood. He has a younger brother called Jeff. In one instance, Jeff is being beaten up by a much larger kid. Chris runs up and beats up the bully, thereby saving his brother. That night during dinner, Kyle's father tells them, there are 3 types of people in the world. There are sheep-wolves and sheepdogs. The sheep are people who think there is no evil in the world. The wolves are people who are predators and commit evil. The sheepdogs are people who are blessed with the aggression and bravery to protect the world from evil. Years later, when Chris returns home, he finds his girlfriend in bed with another man. He kicks the man out after some kicks. He then turns to his girlfriend and tells her to leave. As Chris and his brother are watching the news, they see the news of the 1998 terrorist attacks on the U.S. embassies in Tanzania and Kenya, and Chris is angry that U.S. citizens are being killed by terrorists. He decides to join the military so that he can become a sheepdog to protect his country. When Chris goes to the U.S. Navy office for recruitment, the recruiter suggests that Kyle should join the Navy SEAL program. He goes through a rigorous training process. Since SEALs are primarily used for special operations, this includes being blasted with a powerful hose while exercising. They also have to lie down on the beach and let the cold surf wash over them. Despite the challenging training and Chris Kyle being mocked by trainers for being too old, he manages to go through it. The trainers have then taken through sniper training. He brings his hunting background into the training and excels better than the other trainers. One notable thing is that he keeps both of his eyes open when shooting at one time. His trainer tells him to keep his non-scoping eye closed to better focus on the target. Kyle refuses and says he needs to keep both eyes open to see what else is out there. The trainer says there's nothing else there and reprimands Chris with 50 pushy PS. However, Kyle shoots a hidden snake in the grass, thereby proving he was right about keeping both his eyes open. Chris Kyle meets a woman named Talia at the bar. She insists that she would never marry a Navy SEAL since her sister went through a bad experience.
Said I'd never marry one.
When she dated a SEAL after numerous calls, the lady accepts to go out with Chris, and they start dating. Their relationship progresses, and they are soon married. During the wedding, Kyle and his fellow SEALs receive intel that they will be deployed to Iraq. Now let's go back to where we started. Do you remember in the opening scene when the woman gave the little boy a grenade? No, the boy turns out to be a convoy. A grenade in hand, Kyle does not want to shoot him, but he does not have a choice. He pulls the trigger and the boy falls. The woman runs and picks up the grenade. As she's about to fling the grenade at the convoy, Kyle pulls the trigger again and the woman falls. The grenade explodes at a safe distance, and no troop is injured. When Kyle goes back to the base camp, his fellow SEAL congratulates him. However, he admits he is not happy about the kill.
Aren't you out there? Well, I have the shit.
Confesses that he never knew. This is what it would take him to protect his country. However, he does not regret killing the boy and woman. since his focus is to protect the country. As the Marine units go door to door, searching for an Al-Qaeda leader named Zarqawi, Kyle provides overwatch for them. He successfully protects the troops and shoots any potential attackers carrying guns and bombs. He is the most dedicated soldier and even urinates in his post to avoid abandoning his watch. During one particular watch, Kyle makes 6 kills. This is more than all the other snipers in that ships combined. This leads the other troops to start referring to him as the legend, Chris. Kyle becomes so good that Al-Qaeda starts fearing him. They even go to the point of placing a bounty on his head. Kyle also gets to hear about an Al-Qaeda sniper, namely Mustafa, who won a gold medal for shooting in the Olympics. Mustafa is highly experienced and is known for making nearly impossible shots. So Kyle keeps complaining about being assigned to Overwatch the Marines. He feels that he is more trained and should be with them when going door to door, since he cannot protect them as a sniper when they're inside the building. In fact, there are instances where Marine gets shot while inside the building, and Kyle has no way of preventing that. While on Overwatch, Kyle abandons his Overwatch post and joins the Marines. As they go door to door, they find a family that has refused to vacate. They show the man a picture of Zarqawi and ask if he knows him. The man says that he knows Butcher, who is the second in command after Zarqawi. He says that he can provide Kyle with information on the Butcher, but he wants to be paid $100,000 first. But it is established that the intel being provided by the man is real. Kyle drives back to the man's home to bring him the money in exchange for information about Butcher. On the way, Kyle calls his pregnant wife, who informs him that their baby is a boy. While Kyle is still enjoying the news, his vehicle is suddenly attacked. Ty is left on the other side, screaming to the horror of intense gunfire, and unsure if her husband is okay. It turns out the convoy is being attacked by the skilled sniper, Mustafa. Kyle tries to take him out, but his efforts are futile. It turns out that the Butcher got informed that the man had given information to the U.S. military. He kills the man's young son with a handheld power drill. He then shoots the man and warns the rest not to dare cooperate with the U.S. military. The Butcher and the sniper are able to escape unharmed. A few days later, the troops return home, and Tia tearfully reunites with Kyle. But, as we all know, war is never good. It changes you whether you want it or not. Kyle finds it hard to adjust to life back at home. He spends time deep in his thoughts and watching videos of U.S. soldiers being killed by a sniper. TIA begs with Kyle to open up, but he refuses since he doesn't want to know about the atrocities they're facing in Iraq. While at the obstetrician's office for a checkup, the doctor asks Kyle how he's doing, to which he responds that he's fine. However, upon taking his blood pressure, she finds it to be 170/100, which is very high. Despite the doctor's and his wife's concerns, Kyle says it is not a big deal, and he will take care of it. On their way back home, Natalia goes into labor. They rush back to the hospital, and she gives birth to their son. Kyle's redeployed for a second and third tour. The bounty put on his head by Al-Qaeda continues to increase. He continues protecting his fellow soldiers, while also searching for Butcher, the sniper who has been terrorizing American troops. Kyle now leads a team of Navy SEALs.
Kids grab onto it so you can hold on the longest.
One of his men, Mark, regrets the war. However, Kyle reminds him that they are patriots, serving their country and protecting their families. During a mission, the team gets intelligence that the Butcher might be hiding in a certain building. The team breaks into a home across the street to observe. They find a family living there and stays with them. The man invites the SEALs for dinner, where they feast while having a great time. When the man is talking to his son Chris, Kyle notes that his elbows are raw. Since snipers spend a lot of time held up on their elbows, they typically get similar injuries, and this leads Kyle to realize the man might be dangerous. He fakes going to the bathroom and starts searching for the apartments. He finds a hidden compartment with guns and explosives. He returns to the dining table, grabs the man, and brings him to the weapons. The man realizes he is defeated and says he will help the SEALs get into the building. They have been scouting at gunpoints. The Navy SEALs force the man to knock on the apartment's door. When the door opens, a sniper takes out the door opener. The man tries to use the door opener's gun to shoot at the SEALs, but he is killed too. When they enter the house, they find that Butcher and other terrorists have escaped